right, that's awesome. You guys ready to start? Let's do this.
Fuck yeah.
Welcome, everybody, live from the green room at the Lyric Hyperion Theater in Silver Lake. This is the Comedy Pop-Up Podcast. I'm your host, filling in for Ron G. Paul Antonio. How are you guys doing?
Pew, 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 pew.
I was afraid there's just no reaction, just silence. All right, guys. So
I just know Langston well enough to know that we had to wait for the air horns.
that voice you heard right now is Noah Gardenswartz. See, I messed up your name.
Well,
but I didn't mess up his name.
If there's a name to mess up, I've got the hardest one.
Yeah, so this is going to be a kind of weird episode. We're going to have a lot of people in this room kind of rotating in and out. And by that, I think a lot of people are just going to smoke in the parking lot and avoid this green room altogether.
Tight.
I think that's how it's going to happen. And that tight that you heard, see, just let you up, is Langston Kerman.
Yeah.
How are you doing?
I'm doing all right.
Chilling in this slightly cold, slightly warm green room. It's kind of weird. I'm like cold but sweating.
I'm okay.
Are you okay?
Is everybody else okay?
I'm always freezing.
Oh, are you?
Really? Yeah. And that voice you heard was Ester Steinberg.
Yeah, I'm a walking female comedian cliche joke where I'm like, I'm cold.
We could have that heater follow you around like R2-D2.
I would love that.
We'll just tie it to your ankle and have it going. So this is our special New Year's Eve episode, although I know it's coming out later than that.
Erev New Year's Eve. Nice. Erev, the Hebrew word for
He
Eve.
looked at you like, what the hell did you just say?
Dropping knowledge. Not.
How dare you?
I'm like, keep going. I'm just going to slowly slip out the door. I'm like kind of hoping someone takes over responsibility. I'm just going to be like out the door and let you guys talk amongst yourselves. I think that'd be awesome. But this is our special New Year's Eve episode. So we're talking about things that happened in 2017, what you want to happen in 2018, and any resolutions you have for the next year. So I don't know if you want to kick it off with something that happened to you in 2017 that you were proud of, that you kind of want to tell the people about.
Well, I think by all accounts, everyone in society can acknowledge that 2017 was a great year. It was
a pretty solid year.
If you pay attention to social media, people really felt good about this year.
Boy, were we busy.
Yeah.
How could we match it?
No, 2017, what I was most proud of, I got my first writing job on a narrative show.
Yeah.
Yes.
I wrote for a show called The Marvelous Mrs. Maisel.
Awesome.
Which
available
is
on Amazon.
A new show on Amazon, and I felt very good about the show. I really liked the job, and I liked the product that came out of it.
That's awesome. Nice. Congratulations. Would you say that the good outweighed the bad this year?
Personally, yes. It's weird. It's weird to have like
Noah speaks for everyone when he says yes.
No, what's weird? What is weird is 2016, 2017, like decidedly the two worst years of. I don't know. I'm 34. I can't remember 2 years that got so much flack in the history of my life. Those 2 years were my best years personally.
Really?
Like professionally and romantically, and just everything in my life fell into place while the world was burning around me, which I didn't feel great about. But
Noah killed Prince, and he's fine with it because he's writing.
Everything. Listen, you write what you know.
That's hilarious.
Yeah. So shitty year all around for the world, but pretty good year for me.
I think we should just reelect him again. We should just reelect Trump again and go through that whole cycle.
I would sacrifice my writing job to make sure that didn't happen.
Yeah.
Let's make it happen. If Noah's bosses are listening to this, I was told that he was good at guessing some things.
Noah, and everything else will turn back to the way it
That was the mistake of the world. That was the negative energy put out in the world.
You never know this butterfly effect going on.
It's scary, dude.
So do you have any resolutions as 2018 rolls around?
No, I don't. You know, not to like kill your podcast.
Destroy it.
But I'm not a resolution guy. I don't I don't pick one thing that I try to stick to for as long as I can before
You're gonna lose weight.
All right. Well, it looks like Ester. It looks like Ester. And didn't I start by saying don't fat shame going into 2018?
It's still 2017. Yeah. She has time. Just get it out of your system now.
I've been vegan for 2 months, so maybe.
Oh shit.
So Langston's very surprised about that. So yeah, I'd like to keep that up for as long as I can going into 2018.
Awesome. So you're someone that like thinks about like if you're gonna make a change, might as well just do it now.
Yeah, I mean, I just kind of make changes as I feel appropriate, not according to the date.
Wait, can I ask? Was this prompted by something, or you were just like, fuck it, vegan? That
annoying voice you hear on the other side of the podcast. Yeah. No, Esther's been vegan for 5 months.
That's tight.
So most
Meow, meow, meow.
most of our meals together started going vegan, and as I got used to it and actually started feeling a little bit better when I would go play basketball and things like
Yeah.
that, I realized that it was actually making a difference.
Anytime you talk about vegan, make sure that you drop basketball.
Right.
Yeah.
So you sound like a real man.
Like a
There are a lot of NBA players.
Hey, listen,
that are vegan now. I
Kyrie
was about to
Irving
say.
is on that plant-based lifestyle, baby.
But he also thinks that the Earth is flat.
And I heard LeBron he the only meat he eats is pussy.
And then Delonte West only eats his mom's pussy.
oh, man.
Oh, boy.
Bringing some back.
You just lost a listener, my friends. LeBron James isn't tuning in anymore.
Or his mom.
And he's actually in the comedy show producing Game now.
Right.
So
You just lost a game show on NBC.
Exactly. I'm sure all the scouts were listening to this thinking, Paul Antonio, that's the man we need for our game show.
Well, maybe that might have been a more jarring thing than anything that 2017 had. Delonte
With
West
Delonte.
sleeping with LeBron's mom.
I love how you wanted to skirt over it and then brought it back up like in depth.
It's just so interesting. He
It's
looks like a
fascinating.
little goblin.
Look at Esther just dropped the bomb and then is silent.
Esther.
She drops the LeBron bomb.
I know. Esther, how do you feel
part
about
of the conversation?
How do you feel about Delonte West?
I think he's really good at eating pussy, and I applaud him. I will take a knee right now.
Just for that. All right, let's keep it moving. Langston, how about you? What was the biggest thing that happened in 2017 that you're proud of?
That
admit.
I'm proud of. I did the half hour, the Comedy Central.
Nice,
Yeah.
Didn't bomb.
Yeah.
I'll put that on record. I won't say I killed, but I didn't bomb. That was pretty cool. Yeah,
Best of both worlds.
that was the biggest thing for me, and the rest of it's been mostly shenanigans and bullshit. But I'm having a good time, and I live in LA now, and that's cool.
Once again, someone else that had a dope 2017. I just hope you guys get a lot of hate on like Instagram of like my whole family died. Go screw yourself. That's awesome. Do you have any resolutions? Do you believe in resolutions?
Yeah, I believe in the possibility of being resolute.
Just the overall thought of
making
resolutions.
I don't know what my resolution. I wrote today that I think my resolution is just to learn all the words to Thriller for real and stop pretending like I've been doing all these years. But no, I
Just
don't.
plugging your tweets on this podcast.
You can see more of these at Langston Kerman. No, I don't know. I don't have any like major resolutions. I just want to keep the party going,
You're like, everything's been amazing. Let's keep it going. How about
or just not. As long as it's not miserable, we're all doing good. You know what I mean? Like that's all we want.
I mean, we haven't been on a good trajectory
Yeah.
for the last as a society. I know Noah has been killing the game. And he wants to brag about it again.
No,
I'm
you
just
just
joking.
got to be clear when you're separating society from person.
How about
And
you
again, Noah speaks for all of us.
Noah's the overriding vote on society. How about you, Esther?
Terrible year.
Terrible year?
Terrible.
What happened? Do you want to talk
We
about
had a
it?
bad president.
I heard.
Being a woman got even scarier.
I have a question about that.
Go on.
Did it get scarier?
Yeah.
It feels like this was like a time of
No.
Turning point in the
Yeah.
right direction.
It
Almost.
maybe there's consequences, but it's still just like it's like if you found out the statistics of how many people die in the ocean by shark attacks. And before you were just like, I don't know the stats.
I got you.
I'm just gonna go swimming.
It's like when you teach a slave
yeah.
to read.
I told you not to give Nicole the mic.
Nicole, you could have my mic.
Get in here.
No.
Well, I feel like it got better. I feel like I'm being interviewed right now. I feel like it got better for women because now we have leverage to make men feel guilty. So it's like now they know what's up. So now we can just like manipulate better. Like I feel we have more tools.
And
in our
Nick
tool
left.
belt.
Nick left. By the way,
Got
that
awkward.
Nick agrees for sure. He agrees.
that thumbs up before he leaves the room. By the way, that voice was the wonderful Nicole Aimee Schreiber.
Hi.
How are you doing?
I had
You
a
don't-
good year.
Oh, you did have a good year.
It was a roller coaster
Just
year.
lie to the people, right?
I don't have good or bad. I go through every emoji every day. I go through sadness, frustration, depression, euphoria, and orgasm per day.
My favorite emoji.
Sometimes per hour. So it's
Is
a
there an
roller coaster.
orgasm emoji?
It's the one with drool coming down the side of your mouth.
Oh, I just thought that meant you're a thirsty hoe.
That's why I send it. I thought you were gonna pass the.
Oh no, I thought the orgasm was a splash one.
Yeah.
That one works too.
That one's just that the juices are flowing.
Oh. So I can't presume that.
I think
that
maybe if you do
splash
splash with the firework emoji. There we go.
Okay. There we go.
Yes, it works.
Word.
That's my only feeling on that. How about any resolutions, Esther, that you want to change for 2018?
Yeah, I'd like to, headline more.
Headline more. As you look at me, I'm like, comedy pop-up.
Make
We'll
it
throw
happen, Paul Antonio.
I'll make it happen. If you want to come out to Pomona, that's the only place.
I'll go
I'll
anywhere.
All right.
No limits.
All right, I'll let you know.
Hashtag no limits.
I'll let you headline a show for 10 people in Pomona.
I'd
that's
be
all that
honored,
comes out.
and I'd do it tomorrow.
That's awesome. Well, what
It's not even 2018. tomorrow.
Hashtag thirsty.
Yeah, that's the drooling emoji for comedy.
That's my comedy.
I'll go anywhere, anytime.
Headline your bar show.
Perfect. It works. How about any plans for 2018?
Oh,
Well, she just got booked to headline Pomona.
Oh, man.
That's exciting.
besides headlining Pomona,
You know, Pomona, the comedy mecca. It's what everybody talks about Pomona.
Where is Pomona?
Pomona's in the Inland Empire. It's like 30 minutes east.
I don't know where.
Follow-up question. What's the Inland Empire?
Right.
You never heard of the famous Pomona Comedy Store? It's just all the
I
rage.
knew the Roman Empire.
Sure.
It's very similar. Very similar thoughts. Pomona's like 30 minutes east of LA.
Okay.
You gotta
where I'm
excuse-
from.
I still live in New York. Langston's been here for what, a month or two?
I've been here 4 months.
Oh, then you should totally know about Pomona.
Yeah, why the fuck don't I know about
Slip it.
Pomona and all these opportunities they have out there?
The land of promise, Pomona. That's what they call it. Oh, I think we're swapping out. Nicole, do you want to?
Bye.
So we're gonna.
Thank
have
you, Paul. This was
several
a pleasure.
Transition, no problem. Noah,
What a time. What a dream.
I would love. What's up, Mr. Sandy Danto, to the Comedy Pop-Up Podcast?
Yo, yo, yo.
We're in the middle of a.
I
of a
cleared the
crew
room
switch.
out.
Cleared the room.
I walked everybody
walked
on the
everybody.
This is the first. I've never
Jason.
walked anyone on a podcast before.
Jay Light, jump on.
Dream big.
I'm
dream big.
on.
It's almost 2018.
I gotta be on my toes though, because I'm hosting the show right
I'm
now.
hoping
Yeah, you do.
2018, I'm hoping to walk everybody on a pilot. Or at an audition, like everybody just walks
I know you
out.
can do it. Just fart in the room. You'll clear it out.
I'm sure the audience will understand priority.
Yeah, I think so.
Podcast is priority.
You did set up that we are recording a podcast
Yeah,
in here very thoroughly.
I told everybody, please shut the hell up. Please keep your laughter to a bare minimum because we're recording next door.
Ideal comedy show environment going on in there right now.
It's weird because we're in like a mini version of the Biodome because in the cafe area, there's very loud hip hop music. But you can't really hear it unless somebody enters the theater area where there is comedy going on. And it's great. It's a great room, packed. People are laughing. They're engaged. They're connected. And then that's separate from here where we're talking about stuff that maybe 0.00001% of the population understands.
Exactly. This is the whole point of the Comedy Pop-Up Podcast. We pop up in green rooms of every hipster cafe.
By the way,
Silver Lake.
can I just say, I don't know if this has been covered already. One of the finest green rooms in comedy. Is the
I love
Lyric
this place.
Hyperion.
Love this place.
It's the
Very nice
artsiest
green
green
room.
room I've ever seen.
A lot of very tasteful nudes.
Lots of tasteful nudes.
I wish when
questionable
people
age.
said send nudes, this is what they meant. Like next time, I'm married, so I'm never going to get
Oh, look at that on my phone. I got a nice
send
spotted
nudes
jelly.
text. But like all women can, I hear in comedy on stage complaining about the request of send nudes. They should just send like Victorian Renaissance paintings of like cherubs naked.
For the record, I never complain if somebody requests nudes.
Really?
I'm not necessarily
But-
going to
okay,
send
so the
them, but I won't
complaint-
complain. I just want to know that that somebody's interested in them.
That's
That's
cool.
enough for me.
But,
If they're saying
but
please, if they're saying
unsolicited
please.
nudes being sent to you is not cool.
No, well, I don't want to see a random dude's dick. That's what's
Right,
crazy to me.
unsolicited dick pics.
Yeah,
That's
yeah. But
that's
like,
a scourge.
if some guy who I'm like, talking to is like, hey, send some sexy pics, I'll be like, okay.
I have a question for you guys. Do your friends from back home send you pictures that are like they think are funny and that like circulate amongst themselves, but they send it to you and you're just like, come on, bro. I'm like, this isn't fun. Like my friends will send from back in Michigan. Me and Nicole are actually from the same hometown.
Yeah.
Yay, applause button. I have no applause button.
And it doesn't deserve an applause. We're from the suburbs of Detroit.
I mean, I did.
That are predominantly Jewish and Arab. So they were like, how do we make Detroit more appealing? Let's make it like the Middle East a little bit. but actually the best Middle Eastern food in the world.
Great Middle Eastern food, for sure.
Ooh, good. Next time I'm back in Detroit, I'll go eat some Middle Eastern food.
Yeah. Oh
should,
my God, I
yeah.
should have taken you instead of that taco place we went to.
Wait, when were you in Detroit?
Earlier this year, I went and did a comedy festival up there. Me and Nicole were there at the same time. October. It was hot. It was in the 80s.
Yeah, I know. They have weird
Oh yeah,
weather.
it was really hot.
But all my friends send me like pictures of transgender women who haven't had the operation yet, or like pictures
They're
of
like,
their
isn't
poop
this
or
hilarious? Someone
gay
can't afford to
porn.
be the person they want to be.
Right.
It's so
or gay,
funny.
yeah, or like gay porn. Like, dude, this is just like how a lot of the world has sex. What's funny about, you know what I mean?
So
The
dumb.
The last photo that I got in a thread from people who I knew back before I moved to Los Angeles was a thread, like fantasy football thread, and one of my friends from college is a news anchor now on like a local news station. So they just sent photoshopped versions of his face
Oh, that's
on the news, which is
I
pretty
like
funny.
That's
Yeah.
like that meme. Have you seen where they're replacing pictures of the president with the animatronic version for Disneyland?
No, I have not seen that. That sounds
it's
great. 'cause
really like in his family photo, it's like the animatronic version of him that looks all fucked up and palsy-ish.
Doesn't
dude,
it?
it looks so like a walking nightmare.
Doesn't the new Trump animatronic look like they thought Hillary was gonna win, and then they just transformed it into
Yes,
Yeah, it does.
150%. That's the best observation I've heard about.
It just looks like, oh, Hillary, let's just add a dick and a big giant neck. All right, so this is like our New Year's Eve episode of the Comedy Pop-Up podcast. So we're interested in, so what were some of the biggest things that happened in your guys' career in 2017?
11 years after moving to LA, finally joined SAG.
Yes.
Got a couple acting
Applause.
gigs that probably won't see the light of day, as most of my acting gigs. I don't know. What about you guys?
I got my first TV credit this year. I got Roast Battle. That was cool.
Yes.
That was a very
awesome.
exciting thing. And I got I got the respect of my family from that, which is a very rare thing to come by in
Oh,
comedy.
that's huge.
Yeah.
Maybe
huge.
that's why my career has like had so many ebbs and flows, because I started with the respect of my family.
Man,
I needed them to doubt me more.
I'm
Yeah.
so jealous.
Sandy killing the game.
No, trust me, you would rather have it your way.
Everybody's like, please, we need more.
What about you?
I did Roast Battle to start off the year. That was great. I'm SAG eligible. I don't want to join. I'm SAG must join right now.
That's why I had to join, because I did a bunch of stuff over the years where I was
Yeah.
like skirting it, and I finally
Yeah.
got a part on something where I
Yeah.
had to join, and then
Yeah.
I was cut out of that show.
That's-
But it's better because it got a season 2, and I'll hopefully get a different part that's more possibly recurring.
Yeah.
Yeah, because aren't there certain gigs out there that are like not SAG compliant or like not
Yeah.
part of the union? And they,
Well,
like, penalize?
there's non-union stuff, but you can't do non-union once you're union. And so I'm in a good place right now where I can do both. But the awesome thing that did
You're like-
happen is I became eligible for SAG health insurance. Because if you work
Nice.
on enough SAG projects,
Mm-hmm.
you become eligible. If you make enough money on SAG projects, you become eligible for SAG health insurance. So as a poor comedian who had shitty insurance, that was fucking amazing. Because SAG health insurance
That's
is
huge.
bomb as fuck,
Congratulations.
and it's only $100 a month, basically.
See,
Wow.
kill in 2017 because it won't eventually
Yeah.
kill you back.
Yeah, exactly.
insurance to
That's
prevent
so
that.
Exactly.
That's awesome. Well, do you guys believe in this is something I was talking about with everybody else that was in here before, the mass exodus that happened in this room. Do you guys believe in like having a New Year's resolution and like following through with that?
Yeah,
or-
yeah, I try to do it.
yeah.
You know, a lot of people that hate on it, that's fine for them, but any excuse I can find for myself to be motivated to better myself, I can't poo-poo it. I just have to go with it. Cuz how many other times throughout the year are you just like, okay, after a certain day, I'm going to be a better version of myself.
That's true. That's very true. Do you personally have a resolution that you want to stick
I've
with
got
this year?
several.
All right, go ahead.
First of all, every year,
Mhm.
starting with Thanksgiving till New Year's, I just eat like a complete maniac pig. That way, when January comes, I'm like fantasizing about salads and raw vegetables. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Me too. That's
But
where I'm
then,
at
but
right
that's like,
Interesting
but
technique.
it's like I think you need to, at least for me, like align your life so it's not just one thing. It's like you're sort of like starting a new discipline.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm gonna be more positive in 2018
Nice.
and more motivated and stuff.
and then I'll interview you like 2 weeks after 2018. You're
Fuck
like,
this shit.
fuck all of that. None of that
World's
matters.
bullshit. Yeah.
That's awesome.
Exactly.
Nicole, do you have any resolutions you want to stick to? 2018?
I've actually I never did the whole resolution things ever, but
Never
I'm
in
going to
your
try
life.
doing it. I'm going to try doing it for this year. I don't know. I just it's just never been my vibe. It's like not my thing, like to like state what I'm going to do. Cause then I'm always afraid I'm not going to do it. And then everybody's going to know because I broadcasted my resolutions. And I mean, I know I don't have to broadcast them, but I feel like you kind of like put yourself on this trajectory to hold yourself accountable to people if you tell everybody about them.
Yeah.
I'm just not going to do that. So
Yeah, but not really because nobody sticks to them.
Yeah, nobody sticks to them.
Like last year, it was to like work on my road rage, and I did get a little bit better.
That was a resolution you made?
Yeah, I think it's
Work
could be
on your
simple.
road rage? How
They could be
bad
small.
was your fucking road rage?
I almost got beaten by
Really?
by a man in a Sprinter van in the parking lot on Vine and Fountain.
Well, guys in Sprinter vans, you know, they probably got like
He got out of his car. My wife was we were coming from the same place that we had to meet at, and we were going to get food, and she was driving into the parking lot. I pulled in, and the Sprinter van tried to pull out like in front of me and almost hit me, and I honked, and I had my window down. I was like, hey man, I have the right of way. What are you doing? And he was like, the right of way. And he got out of his car, and he like, I was like trying to put my window up. I was like, what's the move here? Is it
Was
a
he
bitch
sprinting
move
towards
if
your
I
window?
put my window up? And then I was like, I stopped putting it up because I got self-conscious, and he like tried to take a swing at me in my car, and my poor wife
Sounds
was like watching on in horror.
Wait, it sounds like he's the one with the road rage.
Yeah, but I incited it. Maybe I'm
It doesn't
maybe I'm
matter. Just because-
underplaying how
okay.
much I yelled at him.
I think you need more self-confidence in this new year. All the
Well,
bad
I'm
things are
not
made.
like an intimidating figure. I'm not gonna
You
fight
look
somebody.
like you know where Waldo is.
I know where Waldo is. I know where Chong is. I know where Owen Wilson and Steve Zissou is.
Yeah.
But I don't know where a punching bag is. The only
You know what? Maybe you should stop going on hikes, Sandy. Start going fucking boxing.
I'm actually
That should be your no
I'm
shtick for
actually
2018.
strong. Despite my appearance, I'm physically fit and I'm strong, but I'm not like a fighter.
Let's test this right now. Go beat down that door.
I can do a
Slip it off.
handstand.
Can you?
He can. Yeah, he can.
Yeah.
You know what else he can do? He can spin in circles while on a treadmill.
Yeah.
It's fucking impressive.
What? How does that work? I would say give a demonstration, but this is an audio.
You have to be
podcast,
very
so-
nimble, and I'm surprisingly nimble for my
He's
shape.
very lithe on his feet. What's that word? Lithe? L-I-T-H?
No idea.
Lithe.
Lithe. Sorry.
Lithe on my feet.
The fact that I was
You
intelligent.
sound like
at
my
one point in
Spanish
my
teacher
life.
from high school who had a very bad speech impediment, but blamed it, which I just kind of invoked, but blamed it on studying Spanish in Barcelona where they speak Catalonian.
Oh,
He
hilarious.
was like, "Hola clase, me amo Senor Bishop,"
Yeah,
and
you're
then
like- you're
everybody's like,
no.
"How
That's
can
a
you teach
lateral
Spanish?
list.
Right? How can you
Bro.
teach Spanish if you can't speak English?" He's like, "No, I learned Espanol in Barcelona, and people say the th sound." And I was like, "For their s's."
Yeah, hilarious.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the podcast, Johnny Pemberton.
Yeah, I totally agree with that. I mean, I think that language is messed up.
It's super messed up, and they shouldn't be independent.
Cool.
Hey man, how you doing?
Hey, I'm doing great.
Did you already go up?
I just did.
How was it?
It was really great.
How's the
It's
crowd
fun
up there?
in
I fucking crushed, and I made up all kinds of cool stuff. And they really love me. They're trying to get back here to find out what I'm all about, but I won't let them know.
Just had the performance of 2017.
Oh, but it's
Was this your last show of 2017? Are you doing a show tomorrow night?
yeah. No,
Okay, so this is your last show.
This
of
was my last
2017?
show of
That
the
was
year
it.
too.
Me
That
too,
was
my
it.
last show.
Nice.
that was it. Yo,
Well, this is the New
I'm gonna
Year's
fake the
Eve.
shit out of an orgasm tomorrow night, so that's gonna be my last.
Do you have a
Right,
a booty call lined up?
I don't. But I was actually thinking I might dip back into the well and just, keep my numbers down and recycle.
We could probably
Reduce,
find you
reuse,
one in the
recycle.
audience tonight.
Who
No,
wants to keep their numbers?
I
Nobody's trying
want to keep my
their
numbers down. I want to keep my numbers down.
Why?
Let's just
I
go
don't know. I
scouting.
just don't. I don't know. I just feel like
Keep your numbers down.
It's not a numbers down thing. Let's be honest. I just want to make sure I'm having good sex. So I'm going to keep it with somebody I already know.
It's a numbers game, baby. The more you try, the more chance that you have of having good sex.
It's like food.
Wilt Chamberlain.
Yeah.
Yeah, aim high. You can achieve that if you really try.
So I mean, you're gonna tamp it down so when it comes out, it really does.
Yes.
Okay.
What is that?
Or are you going to score
That
100
was-
points in a game and take a black and white photo afterward?
Yeah. Wait. What? I don't know. Are these sports references? What's going on?
I don't know anything about
mean-
sports.
Okay.
That should be your January 2nd photo. It's just you sitting over the man, just holding up a little paper, like rating it out of 10. How it
Yeah,
was.
I mean, it would be. I know it's going to be a 10. It was already a 10, so I'm going to reduce and reuse
What
and
was the 10?
recycle this guy. This guy I had sex with, so I'm thinking I'm going to have sex with him.
Why would you fake an orgasm?
I'm kidding. I just thought it was good for a joke. I
Oh,
wouldn't
okay,
fake an
okay.
orgasm. I'm the
Have you
person. I'm
ever?
the person who's going to shame a dude if he doesn't give me an orgasm.
I
the
think
girl that I
that's
am.
more productive for
I'm like,
everybody
"Fuck
involved. I think
Of course, I'm
because
making
it
this
forces a
podcast
guy to
about
like
sex.
be like, what am I doing wrong? What do I need
Don't
to
get mad,
change?
Sam.
Yeah, well, it's yeah. I feel
You have
like
a lot of pent up rage.
Yeah.
And this topic
maybe
brings
I
out a
do
lot
too.
of
Maybe I'm doing it just because I want to
I've
like
been coddled
contribute to
for
the
too
greater
long.
good of things. Like I want to like move men forward because you guys haven't evolved that much.
We haven't. We evolved together. You know.
We've-
It's
yeah,
not-
yeah,
It's just in
together.
a 2-track system.
It is
Yeah.
what it's
If we're not
it's a
evolving,
2-track system.
You're not evolving.
True.
Stand down.
Stand. This is you know what? This is a lot of Darwinism here. This is a
Stand
lot of
down.
Darwinian.
Women have had it too good for too long,
They really
and that's
have.
what this new podcast is all about.
That's what my new
Exactly.
book is about.
You guys-
It's called Eat Standing Up.
I'm a very big proponent.
I eat standing up all the time. I'm way too impatient.
I work standing up. I eat standing up. I poop standing up. I
Pray sitting down.
pray.
Truth.
I feel like Sandy has said many a prayers to God while taking a dump. You look like
Multitasking.
made prayers
not
to
maybe
God.
not to God, but
You haven't prayed for the diarrhea to stop.
but
I have.
to the higher being inside my body.
Yeah.
It's never. Yeah, I don't want to get too gross here, but it's more just like an inflation issue.
Would you
Yeah,
get too,
I'd be
would you
honest.
please get too gross here?
What was your
I will.
worst?
Yeah,
what was your
please,
worst
by all
dump of
means.
2017?
It was
Please describe
it was
for us.
Christmas. It was on Christmas. It was all day on Christmas.
It's recent.
I had 2 spicy of Korean barbecue on Christmas.
Always got to end strong.
and it's
That's what they
Wait,
teach
where'd you have Korean barbecue? That was too spicy.
quarters.
Oh, how about this?
It was very tasty. but
Any
it was too
Korean
spicy.
barbecue place?
Yeah.
All of them.
Yeah, all of them. Yeah.
Well, I think the thing I was
I
most
got- I
upset
made
about
the-
was that Sandy went somewhere and ate without me because I feel like we eat Asian food together.
We do, but I
that was
saw
only
your
one time.
Instagram story. You were already with. I had to go
Nicole's
have dinner
very
with
hurt
my
right now.
with my
Nicole's
cousin who was in town
Okay, all right.
and her
okay.
new fiance.
Ugh,
And
fiancés. Fiancés are the
See,
worst.
God punished you for
They
not
are.
going with Nicole.
Yeah.
See,
Decided
that's
to
what
blow
you
out
get.
your bowels.
well, I also got punished for ordering fondue beef ribs at the Korean barbecue place. I shouldn't have gotten cheese.
I'm sorry, you
at a
got
Korean
fondue beef ribs.
There was this appetizer, cheese fondue,
This is for Germans
spare
who are
ribs.
visiting.
Yeah.
It's like a trick.
Right. It for
Accommodation.
sure was because they also had nachos on the menu.
Jesus, man. You get the potato salad, you get some kimchi.
Yeah. No, they had all
get the
that
meat.
stuff.
Yeah, what else do you need?
I think he just invented
Apparently,
it.
you
You
need
just started dipping everything in
nachos.
everything.
Cheese with my Korean bar. It was like Korean Philly cheesesteak. It was really good.
You'll
But
have
too
to take me
spicy.
to this place.
I will.
I think it's made up. I think you just had a really
Also-
terrible dream.
No. Even bad dreams are good dreams, you know?
That's a good
my,
one.
my head is
That's
constantly
good. It's
exploding.
true. That is true, actually.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Actually, you know what? That's true.
Actually, you know what? Amen.
You know what? Actually, that's actually really true. My throat's bleeding right now, I think, but it's a good blood.
Even bloody throats are good throats.
That's actually true.
Yeah.
I think my throat is actually bleeding.
Really?
Yeah, I looked in the car earlier. I didn't see any blood back in there, but if you taste blood, that's blood, right?
Right. Yeah.
Normally.
What's
Blood
this?
in, blood out.
This is not only the last
Which is-
comedy show of the year. This is the last podcast I'll ever do. Probably.
This is the last everything for
Yeah.
you. Bye, Johnny.
This is it. I'm gonna be silent and immobile.
I'm so glad I can finally fill his spot in comedy.
Silent and dead.
You always wanted that last
Like my
spot on the
farts.
Split Siders Memoriam. You're
Yes.
like, I want to book that. For
Yes.
goals for this. How about you, Johnny? What was your career highlight for 2017? This is a question we've been asking everybody.
I don't think of things in terms of the year. I have trouble with that because it's like for me the year starts when the summer begins, and because I still think about things in terms of school.
Yeah. Good point. I'm still on a school year schedule. That's my clock.
Fiscal year.
highlight?
Yeah.
What was my career highlight of 2017?
Just put you right on the spot.
I mean, it's just something that it's one of those things where if I say something about it, it won't make any sense because it's something that's like, it's like, oh, there's this thing that I did that it's not, you can't know about, you don't know what it is yet. So it's like, oh, cool.
Yeah.
I could answer comedy pop-up Huntington Beach. That's where that one was, right?
It was that.
With Gene Pompa.
When was that? That was in June?
That was a while ago. I don't know.
It was
All
in the
these
summer.
gigs blend into my head.
Summer doesn't feel that long ago to me.
Especially when it was fucking 79 degrees the other day.
It was 90 yesterday.
Yeah.
No, it wasn't.
Yeah, it was. In,
Where?
in Glendale, it was.
It was not 90 degrees.
It was 82 degrees where I was.
Jesus Christ.
It's
No wonder
crazy,
everyone's
man.
depressed.
It is depressing. It's hard to like tell you're from. We're all from the Midwest
I'm
here.
from Minnesota, the coldest place.
Yeah, it's hard to like complain about seasonal depression to people who are actually experiencing it.
But it's the same thing, though. It has to do with the same thing. I guess it's because, to be very technical here, the reason you get depressed in Los Angeles is because you can't.
You're not booking anything.
Never mind. I got nothing to say. It's because you can't.
Hit too
Because
hard.
all the time seems the same because you can't demarcify time because you can't be like, oh, this was
Yeah.
this happened then because it was snowing then. But
Yeah. You can't be like, oh, the leaves were falling.
That's
Oh,
really
the
interesting
flowers
because
were blooming. People were killing
all of
themselves.
not like I haven't seen you in a long time.
right, but it hasn't been that long. I think actually,
It probably hasn't been that long
but it seems like it just because it seems like it.
because time is both infinite and finite.
Because time may not actually be linear after all.
I hope people are smoking through this podcast because I feel like they'd have a lot of opportunities. We should, Johnny. We should have booked you for like the very like it was just me and you on a very special New Year's Eve edition of the comedy pop up, and then you're just like, did you just assume my like length of time preference and
Yeah,
everything?
you assume my length of time preference.
Well, how about now that we got out of the way that you don't believe in the new year coming? What about any resolutions? Do you have any resolutions going back to school? They made you write about that back in school.
Yeah, 2018. I'm only going to watch G-rated movies. I decided that only G-rated. I watched a G-rated movie the other night and I liked it so much. I just was like, this is great to watch G-rated because it's like, you know what I mean? You don't have to think about it. I won't have to think about what movies I want to see. Like, well, it's not rated G. I'm not going to see it.
That's pretty.
Easy
Set
decision.
the bar pretty low. That's easy.
Yeah,
I'll probably last about 6 months though. I don't think it's going to last the whole year.
That's
I mean,
a
if you
successful
last
resolution.
6 months of a resolution, that's a pretty fucking
You're killing the game.
50%.
I'm doing
6
that.
weeks and you're just already killing it. So
That's
you're
the main thing. That's the most interesting thing. Other things are sort of boring. It's like has to do with the garage.
Oh
Yeah.
God, I can't wait till I have a house so I can be like, this year the garage is getting organized.
My resolutions are
You can have a garage and not have a house.
I'm not allowed to have things in my garage. I live in an apartment building.
Put stuff in there.
They don't let you put stuff. They'll take it out if they put it in there.
Who's going to
rebel.
take it out?
The landlord.
Thank you for taking that
What if
out.
you put a locker in there?
They'll take it out. You're not allowed to have anything.
Put the
in there.
landlord
It's in our
in the
contract.
garage.
It's in our lease.
You know what I used to do when I lived in an apartment? They had storage in the basement. They had lockers you'd have to pay to rent. I just put some stuff in one and put a padlock on it, and they don't go on
Yeah,
there. They don't
because
know.
they got a cutter in there. It'll
I
be a
got
lot.
a full free year and a half before
I'm
they
a
figured it
cutter.
out.
This is Apartment Hacks with Johnny Pemberton
Advice:
on the Comedy Pop-Up Podcast.
steal, and steal.
Ugh, are they gonna do Home Improvement again? Because you could be in that.
The show Home Improvement.
They could redo Home Improvement. You could be the next Tim Allen.
I have a feeling that show will come back because it's like, why
Oh.
not, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's actually shocking that they haven't remade that show.
they'll
Maybe it's
remake it.
because-
Uh oh.
You know that
Johnny,
it's
Johnny,
the
you
most.
should remake it.
You know that at the time
Yes.
you'd be so good.
it
You're
ran
literally the
against-
next Tim Allen for sure.
it ran against Friends and Seinfeld, and it beat both of them every time.
There's a big reason for that. It's because Tim Allen does more coke than any human alive.
Yeah. See-
And rats out anyone who does it with him.
Yeah.
Is that true?
Yeah.
Oh wow.
He got busted. He's from Michigan too,
Okay.
and he used to sell cocaine, and he got busted, and he shortened his sentence by ratting out like every big drug dealer in Michigan.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
would.
Yeah, and his real last name is Dick.
Really?
Yeah.
Really, Tim Dick,
Tim Allen Dick. Yeah.
Tim Allen Dick.
Tad.
Good coke. Great Coke.
Good nickname.
Tad is one of my least favorite first names.
Tad is a
Hey, Tad.
Tad.
Are there a lot of Tads in Michigan?
Grew up with 3 Tads.
Isn't there a
way
band
too
called
many.
Tad from Seattle, like pre-Nirvana band Tad? It was like three
Sounds right.
Yeah.
three fat dudes with like lumberjack hats.
Something that would happen.
Oh, I'm next. All right. This is me
Nicole.
signing out of the
Okay.
podcast.
Nicole is signing out.
One of my
go
New
too.
Year's resolutions for next year, by the way, is to not have a day job anymore, to make enough money doing comedy and entertainment stuff that I don't have to have a day job. And I went to a psychic a week ago, and the psychic told me that I wouldn't have a day job by the summer of 2018. So I really hope that happens, because if I have to have a day job past the summer of 2018, I will kill myself.
Don't
No,
kill
I'm
yourself.
kidding. I'm gonna move back to Michigan. It's the
Maybe
exact
that's what
same
she
thing.
meant.
I'm gonna move
That's what
home
she
and
meant.
live with my mom, which is basically like a slow suicide. So, but that's all for me, you guys. Mental health awareness. Take care of yourselves.
Yay, Nicole Aimee Schreiber.
Bye.
You could find her, and I'll plug everybody's Instagrams at the end. I have it all listed down, all 37 comics that will be on this podcast. Everything just got switched up. Cool. Please welcome to the
We're gonna
show.
edit out this dead air, right?
No, in fact, we're gonna triple the time that it takes.
Slow it down. I listen to all my. Do you guys listen to podcasts?
I listen to every podcast I've ever done. I listen to all of the podcasts too.
Which is your favorite Christian contemporary podcast?
I like Tom Fillins.
Oh,
where
yeah?
it's like get in touch with your Fillins.
Yeah.
It's a play on his last name.
Is that real?
Sure. Oh yeah. He's
You gotta listen to
he
it.
was the original Alabama Christian podcast.
He was the original bad boy of Christianity.
Yeah.
That's cool.
He was just like, hey, Lutherans or Protestants might be right, and that was very controversial
Yeah,
in the
very
Christian
controversial.
community. You know?
Lutherans.
Breaking down walls. Well, that voice that you just heard was Nick Vatterott. Welcome to the Comedy Pop-Up Podcast.
Thank you so much.
This is our New
my
Year's-
favorite podcast, though. I've
favorite.
always I've been listening to this one since day 2.
Day 2 last week.
Yeah, day 2. Yeah, I was busy at day 1. I've been
Not an
listening for a
OG.
solid week.
An almost OG, an AOG. It works. This is like the New Year's Eve kind of themed show. We're here in the green room with the Lyric Hyperion in Silver Lake, having fun. Did you just got off stage right now?
But I was not supposed to be up there. I was not performing.
Oh, that sucks.
You're just a vagrant who walked up.
Well, I couldn't hear, so I kind of inched in a little bit. So I was technically on the stage, but I was listening.
Just got to close. Just lay down on the stage.
That's
for a
half
closer
of
listen.
comedy, listening.
Yeah, and the other half is touching.
I would say it's also listening. I'd say it's all listening.
All
actually.
listening.
It's
Yeah.
all listening. You'd say it's all listening.
All listening, but it's two halves.
Yeah.
That's true.
Yes.
I mean, Louis did get pretty far touching. That was something that
Himself.
touching himself.
He touched him. You know what? Touching, now I'm thinking about it. That'll ruin
Single-handedly ruined his
Excuse the
career.
pun. Single handed.
Wow.
Exactly.
Yeah. That's
You don't know
Terrible.
what happened. I
Johnny's
didn't hear.
about to
I like
I didn't hear what happened with him.
with Louis K.
And Trump is president. I didn't want to be the one to break
Whoa. I'm way behind on my CNN queue.
this. You have a
CNN.
T-vote. You
Yeah,
have
I
Got a lot
I
of
have-
DVR catching up
I have
to
the
do.
whole. I've been so bombarded with podcasts that I've let all the news for the past year get away from me. It's all on my queue. It's DVR'd.
Do you listen to
Use the
podcasts on
website.
double time?
Oh, can you? I got to put
That's a
them.
good idea. Speed them up so you can get through them faster.
Exactly.
I'll throw 5 on at the same time.
Yeah.
just
They sync up
overlay.
sometimes.
They
Dark side
you
of
know
the
what?
moon.
They sort
Just
of
with
do.
podcasts.
It's a symphony of delusion.
So how did you get into comedy? How did you get into comedy? How did you get into comedy?
Oh, that worked for you. That worked for you.
Who are your guys?
That's what I sound like this. Woo, 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 woo. Oh, what is that? Oh, it's the frequency the Earth resonates at. 7.42 hertz.
I only listen to podcasts to simulate the feeling of doing nitrous.
Yes. Yeah. Wow.
I did a bunch of nitrous recently. I forgot how fun that is to
A
do.
lot of fun.
Every time I do it, I tell myself this is the absolute last time, and I pretty much stuck to that for like 4 or 5 years.
It's good to mix. You don't want to be just doing nitrous. You wanna
No,
be
it's
like-
not a good solo thing.
It's
to
good
do.
with LSD and maybe some beer.
Absolutely, Yeah.
So for 2018, I want every listener to try this and then to send their results to Sandy and Johnny.
Take a small amount of LSD. Take about approximately 50 micrograms will be good for you. count on that happening for a long time. Make sure you have some Ativan or something to administer.
I've always
later
said that
down.
about psychedelics. You need to take a little bit of an anti-anxiety medication.
At the end of the night.
Yeah.
Because
Or just have it on hand in case you freak out, because the only reason you freak out is anxiety.
exactly. Have some cigarettes, maybe some nitrous.
I've always wanted to smoke salvia while I was on it.
No
acid
way.
or mushrooms.
I never smoked salvia before.
You've never smoked?
No.
It's pretty
Oh,
great.
you
for, like,
have not lived.
You have not lived. It's great. It's straight up excellent.
You literally
But,
have
like,
to
for
live.
45
it shows you
seconds.
that you're dead.
Yeah, you have.
And then what happened? This
You
seems,
go through a
you have not
wormhole.
died.
Yeah.
it seems
and
a lot
then
like
come back to life.
Forrest Shaw convinced me to do ketamine for the first time.
How'd you
on
enjoy
air?
it? Did you enjoy it?
Yeah, it wasn't too bad.
You didn't.
was
It didn't
alright.
put you down. He didn't give you like a sailor's dose, huh?
No, in fact, he didn't give it to me. I ended up having it at a party later.
How did you have it? You snort it?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, ketamine can be I tried it for the first time not that long ago. It's interesting.
Yeah, it's not too bad, right? Special
Yeah.
case. Special
What is-
case.
that's duck tranquilizer.
It's a. I think technically
horse,
it's a
right?
horse tranquilizer.
Oh, what did I take then?
I thought it was a cat tranquilizer.
It was like a shotgun shell or something like
Yeah, I
that.
guess I was chewing on a shotgun shell.
You took quail. You took quail NyQuil.
Oh, that's
I thought you were going to say quaaludes.
Quail quill.
Quaaludes.
That's what I thought you were
Quaaludes.
going with it. You took quaaludes.
Quail.
Sandy, you have no idea. I was so happy you were going to make that pun. And then you
fucked-
just
I fucked it
let me
up.
down so
Edit in
hard.
Quaaludes.
Okay,
I've
we'll
done
just- we'll fix
Quaaludes,
it.
like legit Quaaludes before.
Where? Where? How?
Like 7 or 8 years ago, this guy sold me 22 of them, and like
Even number. Like
11 of them worked, 9 of them didn't at all. But of the 11, like some of them worked way more than others, and then one of them was an Altoid.
Those will fuck you up.
But I didn't know what I was getting myself into, and I took one, and I had a drink, and it was like the wildest night of my life.
Jeez.
I thought they were. You couldn't get them anymore. I thought
You
they
can't.
Were done.
They were
I
like
thought any left had
they were like
expired.
a
Altoids?
lot of them worked. Like I would take them, and they wouldn't work.
You definitely can't get them here. I just watched something about how they're still made in South Africa.
And I saw that too on
Yeah,
Vice.
yeah.
Oh, they're still making them.
I guess
where they gotta
because
be
it's
coming.
all about.
But it's like black market and real dirty, and they smoke it, and it looks real bad.
yeah.
It's not this. It's like technically the same chemical compound, but it's not like the same
We look
sort
to the
of.
South Africans to make something dirtier. They smoke it out of a fucking broken bottleneck, like a freshly broken bottleneck. They grind it against a wall. It's like, guys, you could just maybe have a nice one you keep around or something.
I mean, the first time I ever smoked bud, I smoked it out of a pen cap with no
that-
filter.
That's
God.
that's nasty.
It was just straight plastic into my lungs.
Oh, but you didn't know better.
I didn't know better. I was a little baby, 7.
Yo, bro, what'd you do that for, bro? Smoke out of the glass.
Yeah.
Crazy,
bro.
He's nice, bro. He's crazy. I love you, bro. Hey, man.
I just want a little pop-up shop in Venice that just sells like glass bottle neck pipes.
You break it,
Glass
you buy it.
bottleneck. Bye.
Fuck
We
you.
can make it happen. Let's just pull our money together and buy a room.
You guys, I gotta get out of here.
All
I
right,
gotta get out
Sandy.
here too.
Do you?
Oh, do I have to go?
No, you don't.
All right, we'll wrap it up with Nick.
Oh,
But thank you,
okay.
Sandy. Thank you, Johnny Pemberton.
Good seeing you
I'm
guys.
sorry to
Guys, I
poop
love
the
you.
party.
Just ditch right at the ending,
I'm
right at the
sorry.
very end.
Is
You
this
could have
the
stuck
end?
it out. Yeah, we probably got like 2 more minutes.
Okay,
If you
cool.
wanna
Then
hang
I
out.
don't feel so bad.
Okay.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you, Sandy. Take care. It was a pleasure. I'm gonna get you on Instagram and all that
All
stuff,
right, cool.
and I'm
Thank
gonna
you.
plug all your stuff on here.
Awesome.
It's good seeing you,
Hey,
Johnny.
I'm on Instagram. Hey, what's up?
I'll get you too. I got you, Johnny. All right, Nick. We'll go ahead and wrap it up with your very special. So this is the New Year's Eve podcast. So I've been
always
asking everybody. Now it's just one-on-one. It's very
I
intimate
do
now.
feel like this is just every party is me showing up late and then being the last person.
That's pretty much what happened.
Every party I've ever been to.
You're the one that's forced to hang out with me at the end of the night.
I'm like, and you're like wanting to go to bed, and I'm like, you got any movies?
Let's stay up.
Dude,
Let's party forever.
You got Contra? Let's play Contra for 4. And you're like, man,
Bro,
I've been drinking since 5.
I got invited over by this a while ago. I got invited by this chick, right? She's at 2 a.m. The text, right? Hey, come over.
All right.
Like, awesome. I get there. There's 3 other people there. And I'm like, whatever. It was a couple, their friend, me, and this girl. I'm like, okay, I know how this is going to play out. The couple's going to leave. The guy's going to leave. And then,
Right.
fun times. What ended up happening was the couple goes to sleep. The friend is like, no, I don't know anybody here. And then the couple's like, no, you know Paul. And then he says the chick's name. And he's like, no, I don't know them. So then they go to sleep. He's like, well, I guess I'm just going to have to hang out with you guys for the rest of the night. Until 5 in the morning.
Come
It
on,
was
guy.
terrible. Come on, cock block, Captain Cock Block.
Guy.
So Nick, I saw on your Instagram you just came back from tour, right?
I was
Not
in
too long
Canada.
ago. How was that with TJ Miller?
It was Reese Darby was on the show as well.
That's amazing.
I got to see so many parts of Canada I've never seen before. Red Deer,
Red Deer.
Calgary, Ottawa.
I'm from the south, south of the border.
Oh, you're from this one down here. It was great, man. You know this one, the other North America. It's all North America.
Technically, I'm
was-
just so happy we have such an open border policy in North America that we just Canada, Mexico, United States, anywhere.
Yeah,
Just
you can go
live.
anywhere. It's so great. You can
Just
go
walk.
anywhere you want. You know.
You can just Uber
You know
to
what's
whatever
funny?
city you are.
This guy came up to me after a show in Canada. It was Edmonton, and he comes up to me. He's one of those guys, just like, you're funny, man. You're real funny, dude. And I was like, thanks, man. You know, yeah, dude. I mean, real funny, dude. I got a story. You're gonna love this. You got to put this in your routine. The second guy says routine, you're like, okay.
Oh yes, in your skit.
Put it in your sketches. He goes, so me and my buddy are going through the border, right? So we're going to the border and they look at me and they go, have you ever been arrested for anything? And I was like, yeah, murder. and they let me go. And then my buddy, he had a traffic ticket. And he couldn't get through the border. You got to put that in your routine. All right, later. I was like, whoa, you're just going to drop murder on me? How are you not going to?
No story to that. That's the story.
But I was like, I think that the sooner that guy's out of my life, the better.
I think you should have given him a card for your comedy class and be like, see, the murder is what's funny in that.
Right.
Yes, and the murder.
Yeah, how do you not have the awareness to be like, by the way, I didn't kill the guy, or it was a trumped up charge, or I anything more than the information he gave me.
That's a weird drop.
Yeah.
Just like, oh yeah, I murdered someone.
Yeah.
So would you say your 2017 was successful? Did you have fun?
2017 was
This past year.
This past year. I cannot wait for 2017 to be over so I can start complaining about 2018.
I think so, right?
That's what I'm looking forward to. I just want to start complaining about next. I already can't wait for 2018 to be over so I can start bitching about 2019.
Just ahead of the curve.
Yeah. But you know what was really crazy about 2017? I don't know what was going on with that year, but the 1 year anniversary of so many celebrities dying was in 2017. I couldn't believe all of the celebrities that had been dead for 1 year in 2017. That blew my mind. Like, what are the odds? I kept screaming at the calendar, like, what is going on with this year? So as far as that goes, not a good year. Not a good year at all.
Not the best. God damn it. You had me going for a while too. I was like, really? Yes? Huh?
David Bowie, dead for a year. George Michael, dead for a year. You know, it's just.
How do you know? I thought you TiVo'd everything. Oh, spoiler alert.
Twitter, people spoiled it on Twitter because
Those were the
or they
spoilers.
talk about it on podcasts.
That's true. Every podcast.
Yeah.
Just synchronized with Prince. Just at one time. Prince dead. Blah, 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 blah.
I cannot get behind on any of these podcasts. You know? I listen all of them as they all come out at every time.
I only support the ones that still think he's alive. I think that's the power play to have.
Oh yeah, that's a big controversy. A lot of people think that that's all bullshit.
It might be, man. Conspiracy. Well, what are you looking forward to in 20? Well, besides, the obvious stuff, but in 2018, what do you have planned?
Oh, I just got a job.
Nice.
I'm
Congratulations.
excited about that. Yeah. I'm going to be writing for Real Time with Bill Maher, so I'm very excited.
Congratulations,
about that.
man.
Starts
applause
like-
button. I have no applause button.
I
We'll add it in
like
post.
I like a soft
In post.
slap on a knee. Yeah.
Welcome back, Langston.
Congrats. That's awesome.
Oh, thanks, man. Yeah. So I mean, that's it's a great way to get out of 2017 and get some stuff lined up for 2018.
Go for it.
And that's I've never had anything set up for the next year, you know, except for a pretty
Right
mean
plan.
hangover.
Just go with the wave. You
Yeah,
never know. Jay
you know.
Light, welcome back.
I'm back.
Welcome back to the podcast.
again.
To wrap it up,
Do you track politics?
This past year, I got I mean,
You became a big fan this year.
you know what it was?
If ever there was a year to get into politics,
just deep into it, man.
That's awesome. Hired to write
I
for
got
Bill Maher.
so deep into it. I did.
I only ask because you're not like a political comedian at all.
Well, I think this is what's so perfect about this is because I have an outlet for it now, because I feel like it is ad nauseum on stage. It's you can't be the 10th guy to come up and say the same thing in a row.
Right.
And no, everyone thinks they're saying something different, but it's all about the same.
Yeah, absolutely.
And so like Facebook, just people. It's just nobody wants to fucking hear it. You know, people.
Right.
It's a thing that everyone wants to talk about, but nobody wants to hear.
Right.
You know, and so I think this is a great place to do this. You know, and I've definitely gone on stage and I was in O'Fallon, Missouri.
Classic.
About a month ago, and it was it's deep Trump country out there, and I was like, I just want to I'm from St. Louis. I got a lot of things about St. Louis I wanted to talk about this past year. I want to talk about it in St. Louis, and they were not having it. And,
I've had some of my worst times trying to be political in St. Louis.
Yeah.
They are not a moved bunch by any of the bullshit of the liberal left or whatever the fuck.
No. And it's like, come on. I mean, I get annoyed in Brooklyn when they can't laugh at Hillary or Bernie, you know, it's like, come on, we gotta laugh at it. I don't care. There's nothing that I believe that I'm not willing to laugh at. I'll laugh at myself. I'll laugh at anybody I support. You know, it's just, you gotta laugh at it. I think when you don't laugh at it, that's a problem, because you're like, you gotta realize that nothing's perfect. Nobody's perfect. And we point out the flaws to kind of make everything better.
Well, I would say, I think that's almost the flaw in this administration is they work so hard to be the ones that are cracking the joke that they can't be the, you know what I mean? And so now it's a bunch of people who are following them are like, don't you fucking laugh at him. Yeah. Don't you say anything that's mean against, because he's been through too much and he's too funny and he's a nice man. It's like, no, he's a piece of shit. And he knows he's a piece of shit.
It's exactly, and they're the people that they're the one going, well, liberals are too PC. They're too PC.
Right.
Oh,
it's
yeah.
But you know what PC is? All PC is that people don't want to laugh at their friends or the people they align themselves with. You know, like these, people in Missouri, like, well, you can't make jokes about, minorities or gays or women and all that stuff. And it's like, well, the liberals line themselves up with these groups, you know? And so, but you line yourself up with Trump and you can't laugh at a Trump joke.
Right.
So you're just equally as quote, PC as they are. It's just, we don't like laughing at the people. And we think you're punching down, and we think we're punching up.
They just made a smaller umbrella. We made liberals made a big umbrella of all these people will be included, all the minorities. And they're like, nah, just rich white men. Keep them out of your mouth. We don't want you to be mean to them.
They've gone through so much. So much. Not a day goes by where Stephen Colbert makes fun of. They never did it. They never did that to a Democrat. They never did that to a Democrat. You don't remember fucking Bill Clinton? I mean, Jesus Christ. They're still making Bill Clinton jokes, you know?
True.
Like they got a selective memory, I guess.
It's true, man.
That black dude ruined everything. I'll be honest. I really think he fucked up a lot of shit, and we should have just stuck with the good white guy.
I know.
There was a great,
who drinks milk. We should have stuck with a good
Is he drinking
milk drinking white guy.
Milk's a great American beverage.
I don't.
What was his name? Mitt Romney. He only drank milk.
Oh yeah, he was a Mormon. He would have been our first Mormon
He
president.
would have been great.
Mexican,
Milk
technically.
Romney. Yeah, you know what? They should have called him Milk Romney.
Milk Romney. He does America good. He just has the mustache and a very serious political pose. That's great.
Frankenstein
Got
looking
me
dude.
in office.
Got right.
Oh man. Well, thank you guys for being part of the New Year's Eve Comedy Pop-Up Podcast. We have to wrap up.
Yeah.
It's been so
Thank you
fun.
much,
It's been so
man.
fun, yeah.
We're almost getting to, how was the show?
Show's been great. They are a great crowd out there.
They're fun.
We have a packed house.
Yeah, it was wonderful. I always love it here at the Lyric Hyperion. Like, it's such a nice little theater.
And you know what? This crowd, there's sort of like the stigma about like a Silver Lake crowd about it's sort of the things we were just talking about, maybe being a little hyper liberal and not willing to laugh at some things.
Yeah.
But they're laughing at everything for the most part. It's a good it's a good crowd. They're not being weird. Thank God.
We have had weird crowds here for sure, but it
Not
sounds like
tonight.
they're great.
They're
It's
ready to
awesome.
roll.
It's awesome. So Jay Light, where can people find you on the social media interwebs?
Find me at Diet J on Twitter and Instagram, and subscribe to my podcast. I'm going to plug my podcast, Blockbusting, where we talk shit about movies.
Awesome.
It's on iTunes.
Langston, how about you?
Find me at Diet J. I'm gonna plug my podcast. It's something movies. I should be a better listener, and this bit would have worked much stronger if I would have listened.
This is great marketing. Thank you so much, Langston.
The endorsement. Just put that on the cover.
I'm about to get the Kerman bump.
Yeah. Oh boy, is that valuable. You can't imagine how many pilots almost made it because of my Kerman bump.
I would love to almost be part of a pilot. 2018, baby.
2018. The goals. Nick Vatterott, where can people find you?
You can rewind this podcast and listen to me there. And do that for the rest of your life over and over and over.
Oh, man. So I want to thank you, Jay. I want to thank you, Nick. I want to thank you, Langston. I also got a couple more people who were on the show that already dipped out. Johnny Pemberton. You can find him at Johnny_Pemberton. Nicole Aimee Schreiber. You could find her at Nicole Aimee. Also Sandy Danto at Sandy Danto, and Noah Gardenswartz at Noah G Comedy. See, we kept up having a G at the end. Thank you guys for listening to the Comedy Pop-Up Podcast. For future stand-up shows, please find our website, comedypopupla.com. Find us on Instagram at Comedy Pop-Up. I've been your guest host at the Paul Antonio. Thank you guys. Have a wonderful day.